E-roll.
10, 9, 8.
So this is to the
7,
titles first
6,
of all.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Have fun. Keep it
1,
strong and stable.
0.
Good evening and welcome to May versus Corbyn Live, the battle for number 10.
Over the next 90 minutes, we'll see what the Prime Minister, Theresa May, and Labour's leader, Jeremy Corbyn, are really made of.
Our live studio audience will be asking the questions they and you want answered direct to Mrs May and Mr Corbyn.
And I'll be interviewing them both about their policies, their leadership, and their vision for the future of a post-Brexit United Kingdom.
The Labour leader arrived here in West London a short time ago. He'll be first to face our audience in just a moment. And the Conservative leader is here too. Both are preparing for an evening that could define the rest of the campaign.
The battle for number 10 is here and now.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6.
Stand by,
5,
Come to camera
3, 2, 1.
Cut. Q Faisal. Coming to 2.
Let's get things started then and introduce the leader of the Labour
Applause. Send
Party,
them in.
Jeremy
2.
Corbyn.
Cut. Send them in. Coming to 9. And cut. Coming to 4. Cut.
How are you doing? Lovely to see you.
Lovely. And 4. Coming to 6.
I should point out that the audience members
Cut.
have been carefully selected to provide balance.
Mark's
A
on
third
the
are
tight
declared
now.
Conservative
Coming to
supporters,
2
a third
next.
are for Labour, and a third are undecided. So
Actually,
let's get
let's come to
started
4.
with
4,
our
cut.
first
Coming
question,
to
which
7.
comes from Ines.
7.
Ines.
Cut. Coming to
Mr
2.
Corbyn,
Stop
in your
wider
speech
range.
following the Manchester attack last
2 on
Friday,
preview.
you stated that no government can prevent
2,
every
cut,
terrorist
start
attack,
creeping in.
and that we need a foreign policy that reduces rather than increases the threat to this country. Islamic
7,
State have clearly stated that anyone who doesn't abide by their ideology is their enemy.
And
So why should we soften our foreign policy if
cut.
it is blatantly obvious
again.
that there is no room for negotiation?
Strap in.
It's not about softening our foreign
Okay,
policy.
follow him.
It is about absolutely condemning what happened in Manchester. Innocent
to
lives
7.
were taken, young women and girls
7.
out enjoying themselves for the
Cut.
evening. That's the society we live in. That's
Adam
the
goes
society
tighter.
I
Come
want
to
to live
5.
in.
And
And nobody should be allowed
5.
to
Cut.
take that
Push it
away
on
from
her.
anybody.
Adam.
The person who committed
Come
it
to 2.
did an appalling
2.
and abominable and atrocious
Cut.
act, as did apparently those that were conspiring.
Come to
with
9
him.
with the
police
push in.
investigation is
Come to
ongoing.
9.
My
9.
point was that we have to have a foreign
Coming to
policy
2.
around the
Right,
world
so go a
that
bit
doesn't
wide again,
leave
10 in.
large
Coming to 2.
areas without
And
any
cut.
effective government, such as
Right,
in
can you
Libya
turn
at
the
the
crane
present
up?
time, which can
bit
become
low.
a breeding ground of a place of enormous
This is
danger
good. Stay
to all
here.
of us, and indeed any Western country in Europe or in North America. My point
Come to
was
6.
absolute condemnation. My point was that we need more police, not
Come to
less.
2.
That's
2
why we
cut.
pledged to provide 10,000 more
Come to 4.
police on our streets, and we wanted a foreign policy
Come to 4.
that didn't leave
4
large
cut.
areas of the world ungoverned, so that we had a more secure future for all of
Come to
us.
7. 7.
And
Cut.
do not allow this to become
Come to 2.
an attack on our multicultural society or on the wonderful faith of Islam.
Come to 5,
This is a
Adam, with the lead, if
perversion
you've got one.
of Islam,
5
that
cut.
what was done in Manchester, as
Lovely.
indeed other attacks have been.
Come to
What we
2.
need
2
is
cut.
a strategy that protects us, but a foreign policy that engages with the rest of
Come
the
to
world
8.
as well, to bring
8
about a safer
cut.
world for all of us.
Come to good. Good. Come to 6. Cut. Come to 1.
Back out,
Cut.
Ines. Does that
Come to
satisfy you?
3. Come to 7. Cut.
I think it's just in terms of
Come to
foreign
2.
policy.
Well done, everyone.
Are you going to
2
look
cut.
the other way if there's any
Come to
military
7.
intervention that is
7
needed
cut.
in that
Come to
area
2.
to support the
2
coalition
cut.
fighting
Raise your go
IS?
tighter.
Well, the coalitions
He's
that
not moving
are
like
dealing
that.
with IS in Syria are complex, and they're sometimes fighting each other as well. My whole point is that we have to cut
Come to
off
7.
the funds for IS,
after this,
cut
so
off
that we're going
the
to
arms
challenge
for
them.
IS, cut off their publicity as far
Come
as
to
we
2.
can, but
2
also
cut. It's
bring
gonna be
about
next.
a peace process in
Matt,
Syria
stay put.
by reconvening
Max,
the
Adam,
Geneva
show me
talks,
your 14, got
including
it.
all the
Good.
neighbouring countries
Coming to
as
9
well
with
as
the move.
Iran,
9
but
cut.
also bring
Gently
about
tighten if you
a
can, Jay.
constructive dialogue in Libya so that
Big
we
movie.
don't have
Zoom
huge
in at
areas
the
of
same
that
time if you
country
can.
with all its oil wealth underneath
Come to
it,
2. 2
ungoverned
cut.
and a prey
So
for
5
this
will
kind of
move
thing.
it.
There are desperate
3
people in
minutes
Libya.
gone.